Hello, here is Costas, Sierra Victor 3 Oscar Romeo Alpha, and today I would like to show you a way in which you can build a small holder, holder for a toroidal inductor. You know, one of these classic inductors you would wind if you are up into the HF/RF frequencies. So usually you would use the pins of the inductor to hold it onto a PCB, a prototype board or a printed circuit board. But if you're using, if you're building your circuit using the dead bug technique, like this one, then you would want, probably for a big toroidal inductor like this, you would want a nice holder, especially if your circuit is intended to be handheld or portable. So you could just solder the inductor into place, but a better approach would be to make a holder for it. So that's what I'm going to do today, a technique that I use for these big inductors. Now, first of all, I use some materials for the purpose. One is this propylenium box enclosure taken out from another project, and I will use its plastic. You can use any ball you like, but I will use its plastic for creating these little holders for the toroidal inductor. And I will also use a stencil ruler, but you can also use diabetes to make the circular markings, so that you cut the holes that I will show you, so that you cut the parts that I will show you later on. So I have already made two such holes, one and the second one, with a permanent marker. You have to use a permanent marker better. And now I'm going to find their center points. You notice this stencil has these lines here, so you can find easily the center points. So I'll put it, let me hold the camera better. I'll put it there, and mark to these markings, and I will draw some lines and cross them. Well, I will do it without holding the camera because it's difficult. Now that I have already done the markings, I know where the center points are, so I get ready to drill them. I have to drill them using the size of the screw that I'm going to use. So that's probably a little bit less than 3 millimeters. So I will use a 3 millimeters drill to do the hole. Okay, I have tried to do the hole, and unfortunately the polypropylene box has been broken at this. I don't know how well you can see this, how well the camera can focus on it, but there is a small point there which is broken, and it goes all the way up and down. So I will try to do that again with less pressure in the drill. So I have drawn 2 circles more. I thought it would be nice to use a sharp tool like this to do the first bit of the hole, just to make sure that I won't press the drill too much on the propylenium box and break it. So I'm going to do one of these circles with the center hole with this tool, and the other directly with the drill to see how it goes. To avoid breaking the box again, I figured out that it would be better just to open it and put a small piece of foamy material. You know, this material is put for insulation inside the home walls, and try to do the holes like this, so onto it, so that the drill won't be allowed to push the enclosure too much inside and break the material, the polypropylene. So I'm going to do the first drill, trying to hold the camera, or I may be better put the camera more steady. Give me a minute. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to do this first drill. Notice that I'm using just a choke, an ordinary drill choke, and a drill attached to it. I like hand tools because they can be controlled easier and they are easier to set up without too much pressure. We do the hole, and then we'll do it in the other one. Just make sure that it is at the center of it. Okay, it seems quite well. So now I'm going to use a cutter, an ordinary metal scissors, to cut the enclosure. Let me readjust the camera a bit. This may be a little bit difficult because this enclosure has reinforced propylenium at this side. I'm gonna first cut a big Do you see how it breaks? It breaks very easily. But I keep going away from the holes just to make sure that it won't break close to them. Watch out your hands. See if this. Let me readjust the camera a bit. It's quite hard to cut these enclosures. I think I can get the cap off so I can handle the material more easily. Yeah, that's better now. So here it is, a small piece of polypropylenium. Now let's get closer to the holes. Even closer. even closer. Did you notice that I cut from this side, and from the other side there are breaks in the box, in the material, but from this side there are no breaks. I'm gonna cut the piece into half. Let's hope it won't break up. It just did break, but it didn't affect the in-circle material. So I think I may be doing something else. I may use one of these cutters, razor cutters, to do the first cuts, and it may be easier to okay, I'm gonna do the first cuts just to make sure that the material won't break at places that I don't want it to break, and from the other side as well, at the same path that I did the previous side. Watch out your hands with this. And here as well. It's probably a good idea to wear protective clothes. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and cut this. Yeah, I think that's much better. It didn't break at the other side, so that's a good trick. Let's try this as well, this line here.